Kramer in court. This is continuing post-judgment proceedings D 2015-522-043. Mr. Nelson, you were going to call your next witness, and I believe it's Deputy Constable.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm trying to connect for my picture real quick, but are they in the breakout room, Madam Clerk?
All right, so we'll check and see if we discover them in the breakout or in the other room, we'll move them in.
Only Alex is there, so I'm moving him in now.
Okay. We can see Mr. Nelson now.
Thank you.
Do we have the witness in the breakout? Or is that Mr. Ghibaudo?
I don't, oh, that's Mr. Nelson's 2 feeds.
All right.
I don't show Mr. Ghibaudo anymore either.
All right, well, Mr. Ghibaudo will either join or I guess if he's in the courthouse, he can come in, whatever. Okay. What's the status of your witness, Mr. Nelson?
We've been contacting Metro. They obviously coordinate the coordinator with the constable's office, and she had trouble logging on initially for the 2 deputies, and now I can give them a call. But candidly, Your Honor, I know they've been filed the affidavit of service. I would submit that that's that's standard course of action. Those affidavits should be admitted as exhibits. I know Ms. Kramer will probably object to that, but those are affidavits completed in the normal course of business proceedings. As far as the affidavit of service, I think those can talk for themselves.
Well, the writ of garnishment, an affidavit was attached as an exhibit to the May filing. It does have a statement that says that on the 12th of January there was service on the registered agent, but they've raised this question of fact as to whether or not, despite the affidavit, the $5 fee accompanied with the writ and the paperwork, and in as much as whether that's a material issue in the case. It would be good to have testimony on the foundation. Now, I guess, when I get testimony from this type of witness regarding service, I mean, they do hundreds of these. They may not have any personal knowledge of doing this. It's to lay foundation for the writ affidavit. But it's a technical requirement for your case to show that the garnishee was properly served. And I want you to effort to try to get this witness if you've subpoenaed them.
Again, I spoke to the administrative assistant that coordinates these. She was provided that. I'm emailing her right now. My office is calling. We're trying to make best efforts, Your Honor.
Well, it's just, it's whatever. I mean, we have, there's no case and no specific requirement that sworn testimony be accepted by the court in lieu of an affidavit, but they've raised a factual issue the court has to weigh as to whether or not there was actual service. Now, I have the testimony of Mrs. Ferrara that there was receipt, so, and of course you have other arguments too, so I don't know that it needs to be, was it marked for identification by Mr. Reed as an exhibit?
Let me direct your court's attention, court's indulgence.
It's not 13, is it? No, that's the no, that's the receipt for the the fee for service from before the service.
Is that exhibit 14 and 15? Let me do it.
Yeah, let me look at 14. 14 is the instructions, and it's the last document, this document. No, that's not it. 15 maybe.
Yeah, 15 is the affidavit of service.
Yeah, 15 is the document that I had flagged from the filing in May that was attached, and it was the last document of now, we haven't admitted anything except for the ones that you've offered.
Right.
And who are you going to use as a witness to get in these other documents?
I needed Mr. Marin, constable. Can I go, in court's indulgence, can I go offline for just 5 minutes and let me see what I can do?
Yeah, we'll go off the record. I'll go back to my office and I'll ask the clerk to let me know. Now, you know, this was scheduled for, well, he's gone. I'll be back in a minute. Okay?
Okay.
If we're not making progress in 5 minutes or so, just